Hey guys, I'm back with another video and I want to share with you something that I kind of discovered at Harbor Freight of all places. So I was going through their clamps and they're starting to carry a new line. It's called Bremen. And this is just your standard swivel clamp. And they're actually made really well. So what I've come to that I want to share with you guys is these clamps work great. The other thing is, if you want them longer, they're expensive from Irwin, really expensive. And I used to have, well I didn't, but the NASCAR shop that I worked at for over a decade did. And I always wanted a pair, but I'm not gonna spend $150 on a set of those. So I bought these really good pliers, and what I ended up doing is I ended up cutting the center section out of these. And I mic this, it's metric, it's close to a 1/4 inch. So I got some hot rolled 1/4 inch by 1 inch rectangle solid bar, flat strap. What you end up doing is, as you can see on both of these, I cut out the original center section here, and I cut it in this L pattern. And the reason why is it's gonna give me more surface area instead of just a straight line. So the secret is when you go to build these, on this here, once you get them all cut out, you've got to lay them on a straight table and put all these pieces kind of off the side of a table, kind of like yay. You clamp them down flat, you tack them. The biggest deal that a lot of people don't do, I leave about a 1/4 inch to 3/16 of threads out. Because if you just cut it and weld in this, they won't line up, they won't do nothing. And you want to apply just a little bit of pressure to them before you weld them out, and you keep them centered. Once you weld them, and you weld them on both sides, as you can see, like what I've done, I've TIG welded them. So they're staying, this arm is still center line of this arm. And what I ended up doing, these I believe are around 18 or 19 long. These here are more close to 3 foot, which makes it nice if you're in the woodworking industry, metal industry. On the race cars, we needed these to come up underneath the body, go through roll bars, and still clamp something further down the line so we can rivet it or weld it or whatnot. But if you guys are looking to expand your clamps collection, I guess you want to call it. These Bremens at Harbor Freight, I think they're like $11.99 or 12 bucks. They could be more, but they're really good. They're not like the cheap Pittsburghs. And that's the only clamp I have, and then I just make numerous ones of these. But if you're in the market for these clamps, I strongly suggest try to make some your own. Like I said, this pair here, if I were to buy those from Vice Grip or Irwin, those are probably around 150 bucks. These here are probably more around 80. So I try to build all my clamps in 2s. So as you can see, I have a pair of the same length. I ran out of rod here, but I do plan on making another one of these, and I have probably 15 to 20 of these, just for normal clamping. But I start with this, and you can make any size you want. My next size, after I make one of these, I do want to make a set around a 12 inch. Just so you don't have this much leverage hanging off when you only need to clamp that far in instead of, this far in. There's no reason to have that leverage because these do tend to the weight to bring them down. So if you guys, like I said, if you guys aren't looking to spend a lot of money but you want some quality tools, I highly recommend make them yourself. You'll appreciate them a lot more. And Harbor Freight does have cheap stuff, but they do have some decent stuff, and I found out that these are pretty decent. So stay tuned for some more videos.